not a good feeling when you wake up and feel like you have a bunch of super small minions armed with knives cutting your vocal cords. That's not good. Yeah. No, that sucks.
Welcome back, everyone, to a very special episode of The Story Behind the Screen today, because we have here Johannes from Cult of Luna, and I'm a big fan, not just of your vocals, but of the band in general. And I want to know, it's always our introduction question, how do you feel today? It's very warm here in Germany. You are on tour. How is your voice doing?
My voice is up and down. The weather is, I can't really complain, but I will. It's a bit too hot though. But as a Swede coming from north of Sweden and had a bunch of shitty summers, I had better enjoy it, because soon there'll be like 6 months of complete darkness, and which I love though. But yeah, I'm gonna try to enjoy it.
Is it good for inspiration when it's dark?
You know what? we can laugh about it and make a joke about it. I've had those questions since we started this band, and it's hard when you're on the inside, when you are the one writing stuff. It's hard to know of course everything inspired me, but would the band have sounded exactly the same if we would have been brought up in, I don't know, southern Italy? Maybe we would. I don't know. I guess I love where I'm from. I love the woods. I love the cold and snow. And I guess maybe it translates into the music. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I'm the right person to judge.
That's interesting. Yeah. At least I always feel, I don't know how you guys feel out there, because I feel always in winter most productive when it's dark outside, and when it's like summer, I want to go out.
But you know what? Yeah, exactly. I think that if anything, probably have had when you're. It also affect your mood a lot. Yeah, but the thing about the winter being dark, cold, and you can't just. Of course you can go out, but it's not like you can. You get stuck at home a lot, so I would guess that it would have an effect on just the writing, just the production,
Also, one of the first questions we always ask the vocalist sitting with us is, can you remember the first time you came in touch with harsh vocals, and also what made you then try it yourself?
First time I came in contact with harsh vocals, I actually can tell you. I've always been into. I grew up. I grew up during the 80s and listened to all these hair metal bands, and Poison, Guns N' Roses, Mötley Crüe, all this stuff. The LA hair metal scene, and Kiss, obviously. That's not harsh vocals. And Kiss is basically pop music with makeup, so, like Ghost. No, but, and when I got, I've always been interested in music. And when my mom and my dad bought me albums and stuff like that. But the first album that I was going to buy with my own hard-earned allowance, I wanted to buy Metallica, Kill 'Em All. So we went to the record store. But my dad thought that the cover was too violent. so I didn't get to buy that one. Now I'm really happy because I got to buy Sepultura, Arise. And I still have that album, and I just listened to it just a few days ago. It's amazing. So I would say that's probably my first like real connection to yeah, I mean it is growling, but yeah, it is
Cool.
yeah, for sure. So that's my first what I can remember. Like I could have maybe have heard it. Like I remember a friend that was into Napalm Death and stuff like that. I'm not really sure I listened to it before that, but that's the first situation that I can remember at least.
And what made you try it yourself?
I had to. I got into hardcore music when I was 14. For one, I grew up in Umeå. Then 1 year we moved away, the family, and it sucked. So we moved back, and I reconnected with a few friends that were into the Umeå hardcore scene. But I'm also from a small community outside of Umeå, so that was like a huge. It was another universe. We only had our community where we skateboard, then just listen to like it was with everything. Rage Against the Machine. There was a lot of hip hop coming up. Like I was like a sponge listening to new music, wherever it came from. And we're at this youth center when we had a bunch of fucking hillbillies torturing us, playing Sweet Home Alabama and all this, rockabilly. Not bad music in itself, but it was annoying. So my friend he's still a great guitarist, and he's the one that taught me how to play the guitar. We kind of booked the rehearsal space so they couldn't get it. So we started playing, and first I played drums. I suck at drums. Then he taught me how to play the guitar, and now I was more into the hardcore music. And I wonder how my voice sounds like. And I must have been like 14, 15. And I did vocals for like a couple of practices. I didn't like it at all, so I kind of stuck to the guitar. Fast forward until Cult of Luna started, and I don't know why. We had another vocalist back then, Klaus, and I mean you can hear me on every Cult of Luna record because I did backups vocals, and I don't know why I did, because I honestly never had any ambitions to do screaming, never. And you can hear the songs. You can hear it's very high pitched, because I had no idea how to do it. I was just like, "Wah!" That's probably a better technique than I usually have. But yeah, and as the band progressed, and pretty early on, I felt like Klaus, like his involvement in the band, it was just going to be a question of time before he quit. I knew that pretty early on. So you can see, like, after Beyond, I did more backups on the third record. And on the fourth record, that's when I knew this is he can quit any day now. So I think I did like lead vocals on at least two songs. We still play them today, Finland and Dark Shit the Dead Man.
Oh.
And at that point, I had no idea, because then it was getting real. And I asked Klaus, because Klaus is he's some people just, okay, I love the guy. There's no bad blood at all, but he's not a musical guy. Like, he's not, like, you have people that are interested in music. He loved music, but he's not like a musician. He had just this incredible talent from the get-go to have this amazing voice. I know he practiced. I know, but he has like this foundational skill that very few people have. So I asked him, like, teach me, please. I don't know how to do this. And he kind of, started to teach me how to get, the belly support and all that. Yeah. I had now I know much more about it, but you can hear like my voice is getting gradually better. But on tour, like I fucking blew my voice after,
Yeah.
2 shows. It was gone. Album after, I did lead vocals on a few more tracks. Tracks we still play to this day. After Eternal Kingdom, he quit, and I had to do the vocals myself. And I remember, we before you got the cameras rolling, we talked about the hiatus we had. Sorry, stay hydrated.
Very important.
Yeah. No, we had this a bunch of years of hiatus, and when we kind of got the machine rolling again, we were going to do a demo of 2 songs, just to see how it worked. And I remember I had one night and one day to do the vocals on both those 2 tracks, and I started off the first night, and it sounded like shit. And I remember I was walking home after that, and I realized we need to get another vocalist. This is not going to work. 100%. It's not going to work. And then I came back the other day, and my voice sounded amazing. Well, compared to the day before. And now, and this was maybe in 2010, now like 15 years later, I know how my voice works. And that's because I have worthless technique. It's always like the first day sucks, second day sucks, then I destroy my voice, and then I have like 10 days of it sounding okay, and then But it was a long time. After Vertical, I don't know how much you want to fast forward, but after Vertical, which was the album we released afterwards, and we did the album with Julie, where I do vocals. I don't do much, but during that tour, we only had like 7 dates in the US, and I blew my voice without hardly doing any. Like I couldn't speak, and I realized, look, if I'm going to have to do this, I need to learn how to do it for real. Somebody needs to teach me. And I reached out to Melissa Cross, and I flew out to New York and had 2 days with her. And I can't say that she taught me anything like I didn't that I didn't instinctively knew, but it was such a rewarding 2 days anyway, because she kind of put the fingers on things that are obvious. Like sometimes you just need person tell you, look, you know this. You shouldn't push. You shouldn't do this, that, and of course, I learned a few things. But most of it was just her telling me stuff I already knew. With that said, my technique still sucks. But I'm really, but the help I got from her have prevented me from blowing my voice to the point that I can't, to the point where I can't speak. And when I try to speak, waking up, it's not a good feeling when you wake up and feel like you have a bunch of super small minions armed with knives cutting your vocal cords. That's not good. Yeah. No, that sucks. And I don't have that anymore.
What do you feel now? Because like you said, your technique is still not perfect. So do you still experience some side effects?
Yeah, you can hear my voice now. The problem with, and I kind of given up, because I watched some clips with some amazing vocalists on your page, and they're not screaming. A real good screaming vocalist or shouting or growling, it's not from here. It's from here. It's no, you shouldn't push it. The problem is that I scream. Like I scream pretty loud. And
the word is ending.
Yes. Yeah. And I think there's I don't think I could being on stage for me is such a soul crushing and a rewarding at the same time experience. And it's like the closer I get to a religious experience, and it is. I can kind of channel aggression and depression, like everything. I couldn't do it with good technique. Like that's why this will never be my full-time job. I could not, like, every performance. I see friends that have these impressive tour schedules, like they do 60 shows. Like, first of all, I don't think I know my voice couldn't do it 60 shows, but when you do 60 shows, every show starts to mean less. For me, every show should be the last show. And I should look forward to each show. And I don't want it to be like, fuck it. We'll have another chance tomorrow. Because then, like, all the passion is gone. It's just a job. And even though, like, yeah, I mean, it's great that we can play these kind of. And I'm not saying maybe I could, if we would have tried to do like these kind of tours, maybe I in some way could like change my outlook, and maybe I'm kind of over exaggerating the risk of devaluing every show. Maybe but I think that would be a great risk. And again, I don't know how like for every day I pretty much scream for 1 hour 30 minutes straight. I don't know if that's physically possible to do for 60 days.
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
Before I hand the mic over to JP for the next question, I mean, we have a bunch of interviews in the can by now, and there's usually two camps, right? There's people who learn it like us with coaching or the right technique up front, and there's people who learn it by doing. And quite a few of those, who comes to mind is Jules Mitch from Set Your Sails, and also a band that's also going to play here on Saturday, Throat Cut from our hometown. The main vocalist there, they learn by just screaming, right? Just screaming, because like, okay, you need to do scream vocals, you scream. And their screams are very different than ours. They're insanely loud. Yeah. Insanely loud. Like, Throat Cut is insanely loud. Jules Mitch is, it blew my ear out. Sushi from Ghost Kid, also insanely loud. So it's really interesting to see that pattern, right? And they also always say the same thing, like, I hurt myself, I spit blood, it's fucking awful. And eventually they figure it out. Or to an extent where they can work with it, right? So it's interesting that there's a pattern there for people who take a similar approach.
The difference between me and them, I unfortunately I don't know their band, but I would guess the good thing about being in this band is we can structure a set. I mean, the guys in the band are really, really thoughtful about my voice. Like, okay, will this set be good for your voice? And we try because especially the club set, I mean, tonight we're going to play 70 minutes, I think, which is, it's going to be quite intense. But for example, the club set we do now, the first 3 songs are really intense vocal wise, and then we have a bunch of songs where I get to rest. And like, sometimes when we start off the set, and I feel like, okay, I have no idea how I'm going to get through the next 80 minutes. And like, yesterday, actually, I thought these exact words, but in Swedish. When I got to the next like vocal part, like I thought, oh, thanks, you're back. I mean, it's like, okay, I'm back at 0 because I get to rest my voice. And for some reason, I have I don't know why, or if it's just like placebo, but chewing gum helps.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Because it loosens up your muscles. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but it helps for sure.
Super interesting to hear for us, because I think it sounds like you're literally sacrificing your body for the performance on stage, which is
That wouldn't be the first time.
super impressive in a way. Extremely impressive. We talked a bit about it before the interview. Do you do warm up? And if yes, like, did you try different ones? Maybe. How was your experience with warm up?
That's one of the things that I got from Melissa, this warm-up routine, which I do sometimes. And I'm not sure really how much it really helps, because I think I'm doing it so wrong. It's more of it's more of a routine.
Okay.
I used to do it the years after I had done those sessions with Melissa. I did it like, I took my time, and I'll do it tonight just to see if I notice any difference. Yeah, but I always like when our intro is on. That's like a 4-minute intro. I start doing it. Get 1, 2, 9, feeling the buzz in the ears and stuff like that. We'll see tonight.
We will write and ask how you feel after the show.
Yeah.
And you will see this in the interview then too.
Yeah.
Eric, you have one more?
Yeah, maybe just can you go a little bit deeper into like what warm-up exercise you do beside like the humming you just mentioned?
Oh yeah, no. So there's a two-parter. One is just, and that I really think is good. You get you get, there's a few breathing exercises when you and that's like that's one thing that she actually taught me. Which sometimes when I feel my voice is getting like weaker, I go back to the basics. So the first thing she did was like take a deep breath, and you're like, no. Take a deep breath without the stomach going forward. It should go to the sides. Yes, exactly, exactly. So you start with a breathing exercise where it's like you're blowing. Oh, I can't remember. The thing is, I have her speaking to me on my cell phone, which I listen to. Yeah. So it's like 5 cavils, and you should lie down and I can't remember now. But it's like, imagine like you have a feather. On top. Yeah. So that's just a breathing warm up, and then you have the humming, and should feel the buzz in the ears. So I think what that kind of triggers is where you where in the body that you kind of, it's called where the voice comes from. It's not coming from the throat, but from lower. I don't know. It's magic to me. It's black magic, but I do it anyway.
Yeah.
So who knows? But I think the breathing exercise is the best thing, and like you should feel like a gorilla when you're on stage. Like, yeah. So that when I feel like, okay, fuck, now everything goes to hell, be the gorilla.
Yeah. So like lots of like expanding the ribcage and like tightening your core.
Yeah,
and then,
exactly. It's the same thing as doing a squat. Like screaming and lifting weights, basically two things I do, are very similar.
I think we sometimes call it activating the poop muscles.
Oh yeah, same thing as you're doing a deadlift. Yeah. Should. Yeah. So lift more weights, scream more. That's a good combination, I think.
It's rapid fire question time.
What song do you sing in the shower?
I would say no. I don't sing in the shower. I'm sorry. Boring question. I don't. I scream.
Do you sing somewhere else?
Sorry.
Do you sing somewhere else?
No.
Okay. First album you ever bought?
We went through that. The first album I bought with my own hard-earned money, Sepultura Rise.
One food or drink you avoid at all costs during a tour?
I'm not. Oh, I'm so bad at this because it's a boring question. I'm more of a seafood kind of guy. I see food, I eat it.
Okay.
Well, I've been vegetarian for 34 years, but that's none. What?
Yeah. What food do you avoid?
No, you also included drinks. That meso German shit. No, I don't drink that.
Okay.
It's called meso, like orange cola. Mezzo, yeah. Ugh.
We have some in the fridge.
Should we?
You have to warm it then?
No. Again, I'm not big on food, and I don't think anything is really bad. But yeah, we'll try it later. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Biggest oh crap moment you've had on stage, and how did you recover?
Oh yeah, I know what that is. It was during Pukkelpop, and I had like a bad bite, and I heard a crack, and it felt like my skull cracked open, and I can actually feel my tooth had moved. And when I got off stage, I thought that like one of the front tooth was like this. And I checked my mirror, like, you can hardly see the difference, but I could feel it being loose. And I didn't fix it. I think like my bite is different from before that. But this was like 10 years ago. But it was like, oh, fuck. I cracked my skull.
Never heard this. That's not great. What's the very first thing you do when you go off stage?
What a boring question is that? I just get into look. What we do is basically we get into the dressing room and everybody feels bad because everybody fucked up at some point. Oh no, I fucked up that song. That's what we do.
All right. If you could have any guest vocalist join on stage for one song, who would it be?
I mean, we work with a lot of people. A new one? No, I will not tell you because I might spoil things. But without a doubt, the way it's, unfortunately, he passed. But so interesting. I just talked to our monitor guy during lunch about the collaboration song we did with Mark Lanigan, and that's something special. And that's a story in itself. It's a long story, not for the rapid fire, but he. Unfortunately, he passed, so I would love to have him come back. It's a voice that there's a lot of great singers out there, but there's very few great voices. He was definitely one of them. Yeah. Okay. Let's get some quickly.
Okay. One song you're a bit tired of playing.
Oh God! It's not like I hate it. Some songs become like neutral, like not funny, not really that enjoyable. Like Finland is one of those songs. We would probably play that off and on. Yeah. Well, not tonight, but yeah, off and on for the rest of our lives. I don't enjoy it. I don't hate it. That's as bad as it gets.
All right. What is the most nervous you've ever been before a show?
That's a problem. I never become nervous. It's and I never. Wow. It sucks. I used to get nervous. And I think since we've been doing this for such a long time, and you know that everything, especially in festivals, you cannot have a high expectation. Everything can fuck up. We've had like technical mishaps. But you need to work through them, and there's no reason to get nervous. If something goes, it's just music. It's not a big deal. And we've done it so many times, we know how to deal with it. Yesterday, we screwed up big time in one song. We just made it work anyway. So, yeah.
Last question. What is a hidden talent that nobody expects of you?
I'm a pretty good pistol shooter.
I didn't expect that.
No? See? That was a good answer, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah? Thanks you, JP.
Is there one song, maybe also from the former vocalists or also from the newer albums, that you were screaming then only in the studio, that you can't really perform live because it's so fucking difficult to do it in a whole set?
Yeah. I can't think of any now. But another thing that my good friends in the band have done is that they pushed me. In a sense, like some songs, I told the okay, just so you know, this will never be played live, and it doesn't have to be just the vocals that are the problem. It can be like a coordination problem. Like, look, I can't play this, and because I can hardly walk and talk and chew gum at the same time, and they're asking me to fucking play riffs and scream.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
But sometimes they have pressured me. Like, look, just practice. Well, maybe. Like I never. Well, maybe you think I should practice? Is that a thing? And some songs I've actually learned how to do, which means that I disconnect the connection between my arms and my head, and I just go back to muscle memory, and I just hope that I do correct things, and then I concentrate on the vocals, or vice versa.
Okay.
But yeah, we're working on a few songs now. Like, dude, yeah, we actually have a really, really, really fast song, and I've done some demo recordings, and like, dude, there's no way I will be able to do this live. But who knows? Like, ask me again in a year, and we're probably playing it. So, but okay, I'll tell this. I know that there were songs that we were recording that at the time I said no, but I actually think that I have become better with time. So I think like the bar of what I'm able to do has actually been increased.
Okay.
To be maybe a bit too cocky and honest, but I think that's the case.
What would be really interesting for us, since you have such a unique story to tell, is there any advice from your perspective, and you can say like anything wrong, that's whatever you say, it's fine. Any advice for the people out there who maybe wants to scream, who admires you and your vocals, that you would give them on their way?
I honestly think, I mean, there's a lot of, you can complain all about the technology and the internet and how it destroyed everything. But one of the really, really good thing about it is that the tools that people have now to learn stuff, it's just out there. Okay. Back in my days, like my kids, like they mock me when I say back in my days. Yeah. We had to learn by doing. We had to learn, like I had to ask Klaus, teach me how to do it. Now they have, and then Melissa came like, oh, there's like actually a vocal coach that work with like growling and screaming. I would suggest not to listen to me. Honestly, if this is something you want to do for a long time, if you want to make a career out of it, learn by somebody that teach you online, learn the correct way of doing it. Don't do it like I do. That's and do what I say, not what I do. No, I mean honestly, if you want to do it really, really good, and because a lot of things I have heard all the time since the beginning of the band is like, I love the music, hate the vocals. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because I know our kind of music, our form of art is not for everybody. And people ask me, do you know how to sing? I probably could if I would scream like you should. But since my voice literally gets destroyed, I don't even want to know the science behind how it works. I can't sing. I can't hold it. I can't. Maybe like one octave that's very, very low, it wouldn't be interesting to hear me sing like that. So if you want to do like singing and screaming, just learn how to do it the correct way. That's the only thing. Don't do it like this old man did. Even though there's some charm to it, I must admit.
True.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Eric, you have one? Otherwise, we would say thank you so much. It was a huge honor that you took the time for us, and we are really looking forward for your show.
I am too.
They're filming the first 3 songs in the. JP will be in front of you.
In the pit.
Yes.
Oh yes.
The pit and also the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully it will be as hot then as it is now. I love sweating on stage. Not much outside of stage.
Good that you
All right.
play at night, and now we have the interview in the summer.
Yeah. All right.
All right?
Great. Now I'm gonna hit the gym.
No way.
Yeah, they have a gym here.
Let's go to the gym.